wear ball mains. All I ever do is ball main. I am not a rapper, they all lame. I am not dope, I'm hard. Wait, I can power up and level up at any moment. Spitting like a semi, only give me semicolon. Couple zeros like I'm sending yell nets. Every flow is unmatched and I better get set in. Finish them. Mess around with me and I diminish them all. Even if I ever did the minimum all. In the end result, I better kill them all. Rogue one, but I got a team with me. Batman when I got a thing with me. I get mean, I get green. Show the whole game what's never been seen. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank.
Designer sneakers hurt my feet now. Every beat is getting beat down. Couldn't eat, well watch I eat now. Like how you getting paid to free? State prop be looking bleak now. I was home to sleep designing sheets now. 30 different missions. When I speak they listen. Couldn't find the social fishing. Who the crew, it wasn't you. I know it's true cause you look like the opposition. Run it up. Greatest ever sums it up. I ain't have.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, in Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Dallas Cowboys. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Okay, break. 56. Check 56. I hope you rush your rush because I'm about to take you to school. 5.
They'll run on first down. Aguayo, and he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. Mike, 56.
Here's Jones from the gun on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. A week ago, they dominated in the trenches. They got in the backfield for 5 sacks, setting the tone there, one on the opening drive.
And it sets the tone for the opposing team, doesn't it? Remember when you were a kid and you went to the theater and saw that horror movie and it stuck with you for a while and you were a little bit jumpy? But if you saw 5 sacks the previous week and you're the quarterback, you might be a little jumpy as well. It might throw off his timing.
Yeah, it'd be jumpy, but sorry, Bob and Linda wouldn't let me see a PG movie until I was 17.
Well, that's just good parenting.
Pull it together. Check. He's checking.
Recon, 132 fighter. Ready?
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Defenses always have a goal of holding a runner under 100 yards. Well, he went over 150 last week, won NFC Player of the Week award honors. And guess what? He's got a chance to do it again because of that vision he has. He sees holes that maybe don't exist.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's a gain of 35.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. He'll look to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, how are you guys going to come out of the...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Paul Richardson. His first touchdown here of the new campaign as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
On the ready.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Ready.
56 is the mark.
Hey, Charlie.
56. Let's go.
Jones now on 1st and 10. He's going to look deep. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
First down run with Elliott going to go for about 4. 2nd and 6 coming up. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Let's go. 70, Indy.
At the 35-yard line.
I got you. I got you.
5.
On play action, they'll throw. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Wide, get wide.
This is Elliott. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down now. It's Elliott, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Run coverage excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many times do we sit with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus, tackling the runner for a loss?
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Back to throw here. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating him up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Now Elliott, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 33-yard line.
Go, go, go.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Got it.
With the score
56. Check 56. Come, baby.
On 2nd and 7, Jones. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Hey, Delta.
To throw on 3rd down, Jones. Got his target, Samuel. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 41-yard line.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number one receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore. That'll bring up second down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now Jones to throw again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Now Jones. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Got his man there complete to Gallup. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
He's got a first down past the 30. Complete. Richardson has it. And all the way up to the 37-yard line. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Ready up.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. On the counter, Elliott. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. So it can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
So they looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Panthers will take over at the 20-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. On second down, Aguayo. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
Throwing, Jones, and that is incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Cowboys. Just a fantastic punt return of 80 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliott, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Gets it off to Freeman. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
On the ready.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this.
Get it.
Back to throw. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Hey, zoom.
49.
Zoom.
Now back to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fair catch called for and taken just inside the 10-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
Bravo.
56 to Mike. 56 is to Mike.
Jones on 1st down. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. 2nd and 5. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
move.
Let's get off the field, D. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Silver on. 56. Mike, 56.
Throwing on first down. Jones. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
Martin, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Here's Jones, throwing again. And he completes it to Westbrook. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, exit.
58 Mike, 58 Mike. Watch the run.
Looking to throw. Jones. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there as the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44.
Sets up 1st down and goal at the 9-yard line.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Jones now operating from the gun. This is caught. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is right there. It's good. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Check.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
1st down, Carolina.
So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Eckler. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Definitely too early to panic, but that is his 4th carry of the game, and collectively has a total 10 yards. So maybe there's no panic, but maybe some concern.
Yeah, and maybe a little concern up front because they're not giving him any space right now.
Ready, ready. 90 Wolf. Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
Mike 56. Mike 56. Push him back. Push him back. Mike 56.
5.
Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 41-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll try the left side. Maguire, and very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Jones from the gun. He'll throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 28.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you go lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Hey, Charlie.
5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Operating from the gun, Jones. The open man is Westbrook. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 12-yard line.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
2nd and 2 at the 3-yard line.
They come out here in the I, facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now a give, right side, Aguayo. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 17-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They'll set up a throw. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Elliott. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Check pass.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Arlington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Richardson. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Emmanuel Agba in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Mike, check, 59.
He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. On first down, Aguayo trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
They'll run on first down. Aguayo. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
On the ready.
55. Check. 55. Mike.
Hey, foxtrot.
Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy?
Let's go. Get set.
And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41.
Not your conventional play call, but that's okay. You probe the defense a little bit with some of everything in your playbook. That way they have to account for everything as the game moves on.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Jones operating from the gun. Going up top. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Looking to throw. Jones. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
On the ball. On the ball. Shoot.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 32-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Throwing right, and that's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. It's
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And we are all tied here in the final stages. So a big kick to get this back to even. Now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Come on,
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
I'm here all day. Check 52.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 11 yards and a Panther 1st down.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Panther 1st down.
Set. 60 outlaw. General West. Hey, Zoo. Big trip.
Jones now throwing on 1st down. He'll get this to Eckler. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
3, 218, jump. Bravo. Eat. 5.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Short gain, last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely, this defense, they're saying go right ahead with those.
Ready. 10, 2, stop.
Now Jones from the gun on third down. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Here's Matt Hawk now. He's been terrific so far. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind.
Oh, and you can forget overtime. This is going to be a safety in the final minute of the game. Oh, my. And I don't know that I've ever seen a tie game decided in the final seconds because of a safety.
It's just an absolute disaster, Brandon. You're thinking you're going to at least get yourself to overtime. But how about this defense? They said, we're going to take matters into our own hands, and this will be an unbelievable victory if it holds up.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Panthers, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile,